Yes, sir. Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. And we about to go ahead and get this started. I'm your host, Simeon Russell. You are on the Nothing But Knicks YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell. And we are about to get this thing kicking off as we jump into New York Knicks basketball. The New York Knicks take on the Phoenix Suns tonight at 9:30 on ESPN. And we will be calling the game live. I don't even know if you want to calling the game. We'll be updating you on the game, but we'll be talking and having a lot of conversation about the game and about the New York Knicks and things like that. So welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Glad to have you. And hopefully you will enjoy everything that you hear tonight. We'll be on pregame, during the game, and then we'll do a little bit of postgame afterwards. All right, so thank you for being here, and let's jump right into it. The last game, the New York Knicks ended up losing to the New Orleans Pelicans, 80-74. Obviously, the game was canceled due to the earthquake. Game was canceled due to the earthquake. The Knicks built up a 20-point lead that first game. Of course, it was billed as the Zion versus RJ. A big game. Probably the biggest game in Summer League history. Zion Williamson came out. He had 11 points in 9 minutes. 11 points, 3 rebounds. RJ Barrett. He didn't play the greatest game for a debut, but that's okay. It's understandable. In my opinion, it's understandable. You know, sort of a big game for a Summer League game. His first pro game. And then, you know, you don't even get your first pro game. You don't even get your first pro game to yourself. You had to share it with Zion Williamson and the phenomenon that is Zion. So, you know what? It's cool. You know what I mean? Well, we can dig it. We can deal with it. I want to see how he responds tonight. That's the key to me. Not the fact that he played a bad game. It's how he responds tonight. That's going to tell the story, in my opinion. You know, people can complain that he took up shots and, you know, he tried to take the game over and whatever, however you want to call it, whatever you want to say. You can make those complaints. But the bottom line is that he didn't play well and he's a rookie. And we'll see how he performs tonight. That's the key, ladies and gentlemen. How does he perform tonight? Can he respond? Can he come back and play a good basketball game? I'm not going to say there's pressure on him. Certainly shouldn't be pressure on him because he's just a young guy, just a young kid. He's just learning how to play this basketball game, and he's just entering the professional atmosphere. So, no, there's not pressure on him. We're going to let the guy come out and play and see what he can do. I've seen already way too many people say that he's a bust. He shoots too much. You know, he can't do this. He can't do that. Give it a rest, guys. Let this guy play. Let this guy learn. Let him live right now. That's all I got to say. Let him live right now. You know, I think he'll be okay. He'll be okay. He's crafty around the rim. Listen, he got to the line. You got to be impressed with that. I am, because he got to the line consistently. And I think that's a good sign that he was able to get to the line consistently. I think that he will continue to be able to get to the line consistently. Okay. By the way, Allonzo Trier is out tonight. He is sick. He will not be playing tonight. Hopefully, Zoe feels better. He'll be out tonight. But back to R.J. Barrett. I like the fact that he gets to the line. Now, he's got to knock down his free throws. He's not a good free throw shooter, at least right now. He's got to knock those free throws down. He's got to. He's got to knock them down. But the fact that he can get to the line, and we'll see if he can do it in the NBA, but the fact that he can get to the line is impressive. And he doesn't do it with blazing speed, all this super quickness, all this super athletic ability. He does it with craftiness and strength, which bodes good for the longevity of his career. If we're talking, we're talking 10, 15 years down the line. He has the type of body, when I'm looking at his body, he has the type of body that says to me, he's not going to be injury prone. He's well proportioned, good size, looks like he has good strength. I don't see injury prone there. He doesn't play with super duper bursts of speed and crazy jumping ability. I feel good about him. I feel good about this guy. We'll see what he does tonight. Really want to see how he responds. I think he's going to respond well. I really do. All right, so let's rest. Let's rest. Let's be easy, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be easy and let's rest. Let this guy learn how to play basketball in the NBA, because I can guarantee you he will learn how to play basketball in the NBA. And I think we got a good one there. Even though the first game looks a little, doesn't look like you look scared. It's got people scared. Don't be scared. All right, don't be scared. I promise you he's going to be okay. R.J. Barrett's going to be good. Matter of fact, let's listen to R.J. Barrett. And I have a question. I want you to listen to this interview. Right, this is R.J. Barrett discussing yesterday's game. Okay, so I want you to take a listen to it, and then I'm going to get to the guys that's in the video chat, and we're going to talk about it a little bit because we got a chat building up. All right, sooner or later we'll be taking some calls as well. All right, so let's take a listen to R.J. Barrett discussing Friday night's game.
Oh, I mean, I feel like we just, we came out really strong, and then guys just got kind of tired, I guess. And and then the whole earthquake and stuff. It was like, so I don't know.
I mean, in your particular case, did you get a little winded? I mean, the first NBA game, was that one of the
Nah, I mean, I've been working hard all summer, been getting in great shape, and then there's nothing you can do to simulate like a game like that, So sure, I haven't played a game in 3 months, but yeah, I mean, I was fine. Shots didn't fall, but I'm good. Nah, not nervous, excited. Just finally being able to put on the NBA jersey. So I was excited before the game. No, like I said, shots just didn't go in. Tell me one player that's had a great game every game. You know what I'm saying?
When you look back, what kind of adjustments were you making?
I don't really know. Maybe swinging sometimes, or just I'm gonna keep shooting it. It's gonna fall. So. Yeah. Atmosphere was great. Great crowd, especially for a summer league game. Earthquake was kind of crazy. I mean, I know the guys all wanted to get out there and finish the game, but it happens.
Have you ever experienced an earthquake?
Sorry?
Have you ever experienced an earthquake?
Nah, just the one we had the day before, I guess. I kind of saw after that they were there. I wasn't really paying too much attention to it. Oh, no, I like my shots, but I mean, like I said, first game. I mean, we were able to figure it out. So, yeah, just kind of just working every day.
Was it there? I mean, you saw the atmosphere. We had LeBron there, you had Nick there, all these guys. Everybody was there, go crazy, everything about Zion. I'm sure you're used to that kind of atmosphere, but for first NBA exhibition, was it kind of like, what do you too much to handle? Was it kind of like afraid?
Nah, I didn't really care. I mean, I was on the team with Zion. We got that every game, so it didn't faze me at all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So you heard what RJ Barrett had to say. He said it didn't faze him at all. Said he wasn't nervous at all. He seems pretty confident that he's going to come back and be able to perform tonight. I like his confidence. I like that he's confident that he's going to be able to come back and perform. I like that he says, I'm not sure if I like that he says he's not nervous. Because there's no way in my mind that he cannot have been nervous coming into that game. Had to be. Had to be. Your first professional game, the first time you're ever getting paid to play basketball. It's got to be a little bit nervous. At least I would have been nervous. Got to be a little bit nervous. And the reason why I say I don't like the fact that he says he wasn't nervous, because it makes me ask the question, does he have some kind of false bravado? You know, and listen, a lot of young guys are going to do that. You know, when you get a little bit older, you get a little bit wiser, and you understand that it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to be a little bit afraid. As a matter of fact, being afraid probably means you're prepared. And you use that nervous energy on the floor. You know, what's your take on that? I want to ask the guys that's in the chat right now. You know, we got a few guys in the chat. If you're in the chat, I want to please make sure that your name doesn't say guest at the bottom, right? Make sure you put your name in the chat because people need to know who you are. All right, so please make sure it doesn't say guest. Okay, so I'm going to come around to everybody. I want to find out what you guys think. Is it false bravado or is it real? You know, he just wasn't nervous. Ernesto, I'm going to start with you. What's going on, Ernesto? How you feeling?
What's popping, big man?
I'm good, man. So tell me what you think, man. RJ Barrett says he's going to be good, and I believe him. He says he's going to bounce back tonight. He's not worried that his shots weren't falling. He feels that he took decent shots. I know you're probably not worried. I'm not worried. But do you feel like, I think that he probably had to have been nervous, right? He says he wasn't, but do you think he was nervous? At least a little bit.
Yeah, obviously that's part of it too. You're extra. You're very hyped up. You're motivated. He hasn't been on the court playing on an actual game for 3 months almost. So, and let's be real. He's never been a consistent shooter. So that's something
right.
He's definitely got to work at. And like you were saying, a big thing is going to be his free throws, because he's going to get to the line at the NBA level. He's gonna get to the line.
He is.
He has the strength.
He is.
And he has the mobility and the quickness to get to the line. RJ has that. He's always had that mentality. That Mamba mentality.
So.
He's not gonna shy away from that. He's gonna be aggressive. He's gonna continue to be aggressive. He's gonna continue to take shots. What I want to see the Knicks do. This is summer league, and I remember I mentioned this before. I want to see him play the point guard position in summer league. I would put him. I would let every minute that he plays in the game. To me, I would put him at point guard. Just to see just to give us an idea of what he's capable of. I think he's going to be a very good playmaker in the NBA. We've seen it at Duke. He makes really good passes, and he knows how to hit the cutter when he's going to the basket. But sometimes he does have that. Sometimes he does hog the ball many times. Like yesterday, we thought Knox was wide open, nobody around him for a three, and he was in his line of sight. And RJ didn't even pass the ball. He just took it to the hole. It was a bad shot. He missed.
Yeah.
Those are things he's going to have to work on. I'm pretty sure right after the game, the coaches, Fizz, I'm pretty sure they looked at the tape right away and told him, look, Knox is right there, wide open. You got to hit him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
and you know he's gonna have to.
Hopefully, we'll see some of that tonight.
Yeah, and he's
But
gonna have to. He's gonna have to.
Point guard, just to see more of his playmaking abilities.
Okay, and of course he's gonna have to learn those things. You know what I'm saying?
The most important thing, not to turn the ball. That's it.
Right. Right. And he's going to have to learn those things. He's going to have to learn some of those things that you're talking about. And then, of course, you know, we got to decide as fans, do we want a guy that has that Mamba mentality or not? Because, you know, he's a young guy. He's 19 years old. But, you know, he has that mentality. If the game is going awry, I'm going to try to take it upon myself to get it back. You know what I mean? And, you know, some people start to complain about that already. You know, we got to decide, do you want that or not? Because that's what those type of guys do. You know what I'm saying? Those type of guys, when it gets down to a point in the game where they feel like they're needed and it's time for them to take over, that's what they try to do. You know, so you can't complain about it. Obviously, we want them to score and make shots, winning if they do that. But we can't get upset and complain when they do it either. You know what I mean? I'm going to come back around to you, Ernesto. All right. My man, Ron Cleveland, what's good with you, bro?
Man. What's up, Sam?
I'm chilling, man. I feel good. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I love what I seen the other night in that Summer League game, man. Just a few things. Just like Ernesto said, man, RJ, you know, seeing that play where Knox was wide open on the wing, man, you got to hit him. That's basic basketball. If somebody's open, you got to find them. And the thing really that I love about the Knicks in that game, I saw a lot of competitive fire, man. And Knox really impressed me. I mean, he had, of course, the one thing that went viral with what, you know, your boy did to him. That was understandable. You know, the people are going to concentrate on that. But overall, his game, I even like the way he handled the ball even better. His handling got a little bit better. I saw him a few times where the ball got outside his body, but for the most part, he kept it in tight.
Yeah, and you know what I think though, this is just me. I do think that even last year he had the ability. I mean, we seen him handle the ball. He could handle the ball.
He
right?
can handle.
You know,
he can. I think it's more confidence.
Exactly, that's what I was gonna say. It's more confidence than him not having the ability to handle the ball. He can get the ball off the boards and he can bring it up the floor. You know, and he can run the break.
Him this year, from what I seen in that Summer League game, he looked like, hey, I belong in this league.
Yeah.
From the opening touch that he got that ball, I said, this dude looked like a different player.
Yeah.
Trier, you know what Trier is going to do. Mitchell
well,
Robinson,
Trier's not playing tonight.
Robinson.
Trier's not playing tonight.
This year.
Yeah, Trier's not playing tonight, Ron. You hear me? Trier's not playing tonight. Trier's not playing tonight.
He's not playing?
No, he's out sick.
Mitchell Robinson, I think Mitchell Robinson going to lead the league in blocks this year. And I'm predicting, I'm telling you right now, between 6 and 8, the Knicks going to be in the playoffs. Go and book it.
Okay.
Book it. You had it here. We're going in the playoffs. With them guys we got now, we got some dogs on defense. They ain't playing. Bobby Portis will smack you. Taj Gibson will smack you. You know what I mean? Mitch will smack you. You're not going to come in the hole. And you see how hard he played last night against Zion? He made Zion think twice about coming in there. Even blocked one of his jump shots. So, man, the sky's the limit, man. And RJ, I'm not worried about RJ. He do really need to look up when he's going to the basket, because I think with him, he's going to realize he can get to the basket. I think it's going to be at will on anybody. That nobody's going to stop him from getting there. And he can finish around the basket. But the thing is, when you got that ability, you got to realize somebody's going to be open because the defense is going to collapse on you. That's basic basketball.
Right.
But he's going to be all right. I'm not worried about that kid. I'm not worried about him at all.
Nope, I'm not worried about him at all. I'm going to get back to you, Ron. I want to take a listen to Kevin Knox talking about his first experience. Or second experience playing Summer League basketball. The Knicks are warming up right now. The Knicks and Phoenix are warming up. Got about 7 minutes until game time. All right, take a listen to Kevin Knox, ladies and gentlemen.
Biggest takeaway from yesterday's game?
It was a big atmosphere, crazy energy in the gym. I think we came out the gate really ready to play.
They made a run. Basketball is a game of runs, so they made their run. We made a run towards the end, but unfortunately the earthquake kind of canceled the game.
I know you spent a lot of time this offseason working on getting stronger. Were you able to show off some of the new things that you've been adding to your game?
Yeah, I mean, I thought I played pretty well. Came out on fire, had some nice passes. Tried to get better rebounding. Defensively, I thought I played really well as well. So, I mean, still got a couple more games to play. So I just want to keep improving, keep showing more and more every game.
You talked about the runs. The earthquake kind of hit, stifles a run for you guys. How do you process that entire experience?
Yeah, unfortunately, the game counts as an L for us, so we just got to bring that mentality to tomorrow's game and come out with the right mindset. But, I mean, I think we was making a run towards the end. We canceled with 8 minutes left. We was down 6, so I think we was made a little bit of a run. So, I mean, unfortunately, the game got canceled, but tomorrow we try to come out with a little chip on our shoulder, come out with a little more energy.
Did you guys feel it on the court?
No, I didn't feel it on the court, but the people on the bench and in the stands said they felt it just shake, but I didn't feel nothing.
Absolutely. We saw Coach on the sideline coaching you guys up. What were the kind of things that Coach Fizz was saying to you guys?
Yeah, I mean, he was just telling us to stay positive. I mean, we know it's a long summer league. I mean, 2 days of practice and then coming in and practicing with these guys, just got to be a leader. I mean, just these guys, I mean, some of the young guys haven't been through this process we had before, so just teaching them the ways and just showing them our leadership.
That atmosphere for a summer league game yesterday, admittedly, was kind of crazy. Did you have conversations with your younger teammates about just dealing with all the hype and the noise? RJ said he was obviously accustomed to it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these dudes play at big-time colleges anyway, or else they wouldn't be here. So they played in big-time games before, but yesterday was probably the biggest game in summer league history as far as hype-wise. So I think, like I said, we came out of the gate on fire. I mean, they made their runs, but I think we came out and played really well.
All right, moving forward, if you guys are going to get wins in the league, what has to happen?
Well, we just got to get better defensively. Today we got up and down, get some more wind. We got tired a little bit, so Coach going to limit some of our minutes so we can keep getting up and down a little bit. But I think just defensively we got to get back in transition and just share the game a little more.
All right, so he says Coach is going to limit some of their minutes so that they can get a chance, so everybody can get a chance to get in. They can get up and down the floor a little bit more. They can really come out and play some pressure defense. That's what I take from that. From them saying limit their minutes, they're going to come out, really want to play some pressure defense. Because I don't want to see, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be truthful with you. Some of these other guys that's on the team, as a fan, I'm not, I don't really want to see them. I want to see our second-year players and our rookies come out and play. Guys that's going to be on the team. I do understand that these other guys, they're fighting for, they want to be on the team, so they're fighting for their jobs, they're fighting for careers, and the Knicks are going to give them a chance. You know what I mean? But I want to see Kevin Knox. I want to see, Trier's not playing. I want to see Mitch. I want to see RJ. I want to see them guys play. Obviously, they can't play the whole game. We'll see what it looks like. The starting five tonight is going to be Kadeem Allen, RJ Barrett, Ignaz Brazdeikis, Mitchell Robertson, and Kevin Knox. That's your starting five for tonight. Again, Allonzo Trier is out. Allonzo Trier is out. He's sick. He is out for the game. All right. Kev Knox. I want to, I know you guys in the video chat didn't hear what Kevin Knox had to say. Basically, I just kind of laid it out for you. My man right here with the New York shirt on. Can you do me a favor? Can you put your name when you get a chance? Can you put your name in the appearing? All right, so that everybody has their name in. But what do you think about the fact that
I was trying to put my name there, but I didn't put my name there. I couldn't find a place to put it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to sign up for an account probably. It's a free account. Doesn't cost you anything.
Okay.
Then your name will go in there.
Okay. That's no
but what do you
problem.
think? The Knicks are going to limit some of their minutes. Hopefully they're really going to limit the minutes so that they can play a faster, more up-tempo game. They played, that first quarter. I mean, they scored 32 points in the first quarter, and there's only 10 minutes in the quarter in the summer league, which is pretty good. They played pretty up-tempo at times, and we got guys that looks like they know how to run the break and spread the floor. What do you think?
I think that the Knicks played up regardless. To me, they were playing real tough. The only thing that I didn't like about it, I didn't like that Trier was like he had a one-track mind. he's supposed to be getting the people involved. Like, to me, he was playing more point, but he was acting like he was playing more of a shooter. Like, he had a lot of people, like RJ did the same thing. I think RJ was doing what they do. You know how somebody's playing a certain way, you want to do what they do, and it was a big hype about RJ versus Zion.
Okay.
I think that they're gonna keep on playing up tempo. I think they got a lot of energy. Like this team right here got a lot of energy.
Yeah. I agree with you. And my only question there, about Allonzo Trier, I know there's a lot of people that, including myself, that says, he needs to distribute the ball a little bit more. I think that might be the wrong word. I just want to, Allonzo Trier, while he can, if you in a pinch, if you need someone to play the point guard spot, you can probably get Trier to play it. But I don't think that's what we need Allonzo Trier to do. I think we need Allonzo Trier to score. You know what I mean? That's what he's good at. That's his specialty. That's what he does. Score and play defense. I just want to see him. My biggest qualm, my biggest thing is that he takes a lot of dribbles to get his. Not all the time, sometimes. I think he didn't do this much last game, and I'm pretty positive that he's working on it. I'm 100% sure that he's working on that part of his game. All right? I want to see him, if he's going to make a move, get to the rack in 2 and 3 dribbles or less. When you do too much pounding the basketball, then guys stand around and watch, and you got 4 guys standing around the perimeter waiting to see what you're going to do. So listen, if his job is to score, I want to see him go ahead and score. Let's just do it quicker. Let's do it faster. It was the same thing with Carmelo, right? Melo would get the ball in that pinch post. It'd take 4 jab steps before he take a move, and he's burning 10, 15 seconds off the clock or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see Zoe go a little bit quicker. That's it. Get the ball a little bit quicker. I want to see him learn how to come off of screens. Right? Come off the screen. Catch a shoot coming off the screen. Sometimes be able to do some spot up shooting. But look, it's only his second year in the league. You know what I mean? Only his second year in the league. The one thing I think that we forget, and look, last game he had 24 points. He was 8 for 14 from the field. I mean, how much can you complain about it, right? One thing I think we forget about some of these guys, RJ Barrett, Allonzo Trier, they come from teams where throughout their entire lives playing basketball, they were the people that the teams needed to score, right? That was them. So it's not going to be a fast and a quick transition to be someone who, isn't called on to be the main scorer. It's not going to be a quick transition for them to learn that other part of their game. That's why you have player development, because they got to learn that part of the game. They got to learn how to play off the ball if they've been used to playing on the ball their entire lives. You talk about a guy in Trier that's 24, 25 years old who's been playing with the basketball in his hands for what? 14, 15 years? He's been playing with the ball in his hands because he's always been the best player. RJ Barrett, the same thing. 14, 15 years, he's been playing with the ball in his hands because he's always been the best player. Except for 1 year when he came to the U.S. and he was, riding the bench and as a freshman. But by the end of that freshman season, they realized that he needed to be on the floor too. So we got to give it some time. If a guy's been used to playing like that his whole career, that's what's got him to the NBA. It's not going to be a quick transition to just break that habit. You know what I mean? Andy, coming to you, my man.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, Andy? How you feeling?
What's up, guys? Good evening. I'm fine. We'll just got to remind you guys that this is Summer League. Like I said, these games are like almost meaningless. So I expected him and the rest of the guys to be nervous. So I'm just going to put it on the nerves. I hope he's going to have more efficient game than last time. But like I said, these games for me are nothing compared to even the preseason games and the regular season games. So this is just like a, warm up stuff and drills for the guys. So.
Yeah. And the game is about to tip off. Again, the starting lineups. Kadeem Allen, R.J. Barrett, Iggy, Kevin Knox, Mitchell Robinson. For the Suns, Billy Garrett, Jared Harper, Landry Noko, James Palmer Jr., and Derek Willis. Game is tipping off now. Knicks have first ball. Kadeem Allen is advancing the ball up the floor, and he gives the ball automatically to R.J. Barrett. R.J. Barrett for the oop, and there you go. They're starting it off right off top. Iggy to R.J. Barrett right off the jump. So you can see they want to go ahead and get R.J. Barrett into the game. They want to get R.J. Barrett playing. They want to get R.J. Barrett going, get him warmed up. And I apologize if my stream is a little bit behind your game. But, that's how it happens sometimes. And the Knicks are coming out playing good aggressive defense. Listen, the Knicks want to win this Summer League championship. And so they set a goal to want to win this championship. I expect them to play hard every minute, every second of this league. Kevin Knox for 3. Knocks it down. And Kevin Knox has been a sniper from 3 so far this Summer League. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully he continues and this happens throughout the season. Iggy with the rebound, he advances the ball. And this is what you see right now with the Knicks having guys that can really get the ball up the floor. Iggy loses the ball out of bounds. But, like I said, guys can get the ball off the glass and advance it up the floor. There's 4 guys on the floor right now that can do that. Everybody except for Mitchell Robinson. And, that's a big advantage for any team in the NBA, to have guys that can get the ball off the glass and advance it up the floor. Mitchell Robinson with the goaltend. 5'2", Knicks. But, yeah, it's an advantage for any team that can get the ball, especially if you have 5 guys. If you have 5 guys that can get the ball off the glass, man, that's such an advantage for you. Versus a team, Kevin Knox to the rack, dishes it off to Mitchell Robinson for the monster dunk. And Knicks looking good to start, up 7-2, but we've seen this, or up 7-5. We've seen this against New Orleans the other night as well. Then the Knicks kind of relaxed and let New Orleans get back into the game. See if we can keep them held off tonight. R.J. Barrett stuck behind the screen. We'll see if the Knicks are able to hold off and continue to play hard throughout the game. That's going to be the big key. I like the drive by Iggy. And listen, the Knicks already signed Iggy, so he's going to be part of the team. Right? They've already signed Iggy to a contract. So it seems to me when they drafted Iggy, they drafted him with the intentions of I think they almost look at Ignaz Brazdeikis as if he is a first round pick. That's what I think. What do you think, Andy? I think they look at Iggy kind of like he's a first round pick.
I think so, exactly. That they had him on the board at the draft room. They had him high, so they were really surprised that he fell down there to pick him to make the move, and that's why he got signed so early. So they even announced it before the free agent. So they got hopes in the guy. I don't think he's going to be playing much time in the G League even. I think he's going to be up with the main squad.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to play in the G League either. I think that he's going to be, I don't know how much playing time he's going to get, but there may come a time. I mean, the thing is this, and boom, that would have been real pretty. Would have been real pretty if Mitch was able to convert that. R.J. Barrett advancing the ball up the floor. RJ, he gets ripped. Playing with the ball a little bit too much. He went to go behind his back, but he was playing with it a little bit too much. That's the one thing about RJ. RJ's gonna be a guy that's crafty, right? He's not gonna wow you with speed. So most of his game is gonna be craftiness. So he's really gonna have to get that down pat, which is okay with me. I have no problems with that because when the guy has to play with craftiness, I think that means that they're thinking a little bit on the floor. You know what I mean? What I don't want is for Barrett to I don't want him to push tonight to have a good game. I just want him to let the game come to himself. You know what I mean? I don't want him to push and try to force a good game. Mark, I'm coming to you, bro. You're still gonna be live, Andy. You're still live. Hey, Mark, what's good? What's good, Mark? You there?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
boss?
I can hear you. I'm chilling, man. RJ Barrett, short. RJ Barrett doesn't have legs right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, he hasn't played in 3 months, so
He doesn't have legs. I can see it. Yeah, I can see that he doesn't have legs right now. His shots are short. You know what I mean? Which means you got to go to the rack. You don't have legs, you need to go to the rack.
Well, that's his game, going to the rack more than shooting.
Yeah, I mean,
His
you know,
game's predicated to going to the rack.
Yeah, but you know, he likes to pull up. He likes to pull up, and you can see that he likes to pull up sometimes. And if he gets that pull up, I'm telling you, there's a lot of people right now. There's so many people that discount that pull up game, that discount that mid range game. You know what I'm saying? But if you pull up, if you can get that pull up down, you're so dangerous. If you have a pull up,
I want him to stay in the mid range, because if people didn't realize, in the finals, Kawhi killed Golden State in the mid range.
Mid range,
all series.
That
mid
mid-range game
is very effective when it comes to playoff time.
It
I don't
is.
care what nobody said.
It is super effective. Our boy Allonzo Trier, he has a good pull-up game, a nice mid-range game. You know what I'm saying? Allonzo Trier,
he's efficient, man.
I'm gonna tell you what, man.
Oh God.
If Allonzo Trier, people say he can't be a starter in the league. I disagree. I think he can be a starter in this league. I don't
think he can be. He's not a starter.
I think he can, man. I think he can be a starter. I think he shoots efficiently. He can play defense, and he has the strength to score through contact. That means a lot. He can get to the line. I think that means a lot in the league, man.
The thing with him is that he's what, 6'3"?
6'4".
6'3"?
Like 6'4".
6'4"?
He's like 6'4".
He's a two guard. He's not a point guard. People that's looking for him to be a point guard, that ain't happening. He's a two guard.
I get that. Yeah, I mean, I get that. He's a two guard, and that may be the one thing that hurts him as far as starting in the league, because he's not 6'6". But I don't know. I'm not gonna sleep on it, man, because I think
it's like Jamal Crawford when early in his career. But Jamal Crawford is a bench guy, man. That's what Trier is. Trier is a high quality bench guy. It's not wrong with that.
It's not wrong with it, but we'll find out as his career goes on. You know what I'm saying?
It's just like Lou Williams.
Yeah, but Lou Williams, right. But
he's a starter, but
he's a starter, but they put him on the bench. You know what I'm saying? But if Lou Williams came to our team, he would be a starter.
Yeah, he would, but
you know what I mean?
That tells you a lot. That tells you.
Well, what it tells you is that he's accepted his role and he's okay with it, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? And if that's what Trier ends up being, but I think he's starter level. I think eventually, maybe not right now. I think eventually he is starter level. That's my opinion.
If he went to any other team, he would be coming off the bench.
Well, he's only in his second year. You know what I'm saying? Give him when he's 28, 29 years old. I think he'll be starter level.
Even when Lou Williams goes to any team, he goes to the bench. Like, there's a lot of teams that Lou Williams could have started.
Well, I mean,
he was still coming off the bench.
But did you hear what I know? The reason why he was coming off the bench is because he accepted that. He was cool with that, and teams know that he accepts it. It doesn't mean that he's not starter talent, doesn't have starter ability, or can't start. He accepted being a bench player, which is cool. Which is good. He accepted that.
Trier would be a starter on a 500 below team, but a quality team, no way.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. You know, we'll see how that ends up being. You know what I mean? Someone, Lewis Randall, said Trier has a low IQ. I disagree. I don't think he has a low IQ. You know what I mean? I don't think he has a low IQ.
He don't have, like I said, he's not a point guard. His job is just to score, man. That's what he's been doing his whole life.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Yes, his job is to score, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean he can't be a starter. that doesn't mean he can't be a starter in this league. I don't know. I think he has the ability to be a starter in this league. There's a few things that I would like to see him add to his game in order for him to become a starter. You know, everyone always say, I see people in the chat say, well, you know, he's 25 years old. You know, that kills me so much. I do understand that he's 25 years old, right? Right, I get it that he's 25 years old, but it kills me because back in the day, 25 was young, and there's guys who's been 25 years old and entering the league and still became starters and stars and stuff like that. You know what I mean? There's some guys who are older, and you figure that they reached the top of their, you know, they've reached their peak already. It doesn't mean it's like that for everybody. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean it's like that for everybody. You know, time will tell, you know, what happens with Trier and how it goes. You know what I'm saying? I think time will tell. You know, I'm not saying that he's a definite starter. I'm just saying I think he has the ability to do it. Ignaz Brazdeikis, again, knocks down a three. I like what I'm seeing out of Iggy. I like what I'm seeing out of this kid. I think this kid is going to be a guy that sticks. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to be a guy that sticks. Guillermo, what's going on with you, bro? How you feeling?
It's good. I'm just getting back in from do some laundry, so just saw Brazdeikis hit the three.
Yeah, you can't play ball no more because you got that pulled. Yeah, Trier's 23. And see, there you go. See, Allonzo is 23. So people saying he's 25. He's 23 years old. You know what I mean? He's still got some time to grow as a player. Still got some time to grow as a player. But, yeah, you can only do laundry. You can't go out and play no basketball because you got that strained calf injury.
Keep going.
You know, so you got to go do laundry. Keep going what?
keep going. I like the insults. Keep going. I can't even rest. I just came in, and this guy's taking shots, man. Damn, man. Lord. But what's happened so far, I guess, with the 19 points before Brad did that shot?
Well, the Knicks came right out and ran a play for RJ Barrett to try to get him in the game. You know, he got an alley-oop dunk. The Knicks went up 7-2. They let him back in the game. They gave up the lead. You know, outside of that, I think RJ Barrett, he's taken, you know, he hit a three. He missed another pull-up, I believe. But so far, you know, he's playing within himself, I think. You know, Ignaz Brazdeikis, he started because Allonzo Trier is out. You know, and I think he's showing some things. Serious? Barrett? No, I think he's just sick.
I mean with Trier.
Trier? No, I think he's just sick. I think he's sick.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Knox on that one, the little pick and pop play where the guy kept the ball. He didn't pop it back out, but it's like, I'm not trying to complain too much on Knox. I saw him do that he had a little footwork, even though it was a travel, but I just, on defense, man, it's just, I don't know what it is, man.
He'll get it. And listen, it takes time to learn, man. It just takes time to learn. You know, defense. You know, defense. Defense is, you know, everybody, you know, says offense is, you know, a mental game. Defense is just as much a mental game, if not more. You know what I mean? Like I was explaining to my daughter, and here we go again. Guys keep getting to the rim. Every time, as soon as Mitchell Robinson comes out the game, as soon as we start getting these bench guys in the game, and I do understand that these guys are playing just to, you know, because they're trying to get some jobs in the NBA, but we start giving up lanes to the rim. We can't give up lanes to the rim.
On that one, the big man should have just committed and just came around his guy, because his guy was basically still like a stat.
Yeah, you can't give up. You can't give up lanes to the rim and expect
I'm not trying to
to
complain
win.
too much, right? And these kids are young, or some of them. What are they learning in high school? And you know what I mean? Like that's not an intricate play to.
Right, but this is the thing. This is what happens. I'm telling you, this is what happens. Right, you get in high school. You know, most of these guys were the best players on the team, the top 1 or 2 players on their team in high school and AAU. Right. To get to this level, you have to be, unless you play for this super duper high school team or super duper AAU team. You got to be one, you know, the top 2 players on your team, of the top 2 players on your team. And when you have the top players, depending on your AAU team or your high school team, you may not get coached as well.
That's very true.
Because the coach doesn't want to bother
Talk
you.
about defense and fundamentals and
exactly. The coach. Listen, I had this kid on my team one time. And by the way, the Knicks were up 25-21, 2 minutes and 53 seconds left in the first quarter. Right now, the Knicks starters, Mitchell Robinson has 5 points. RJ Barrett, 5 points. He's 2 for 3 from the field. Ignaz Brazdeikis, he has 5 points. Kevin Knox has 3. Knocked down he's only taken one shot, and it was a 3-pointer. He knocked it down. Kadeem Allen has not taken a shot. He has 0 assists.
No, you just had 1 assist. It's just the Brazdeikis, I think.
Okay.
That should be an assist.
My fault. It just updated. Kadeem Allen has 2 assists. It just updated for me as you spoke. Kadeem Allen has 2 assists. You got Kavanaugh. He has 4 points for guys coming off the bench. And, that's the story for the Knicks right now. That's the story for the New York Knicks as we speak. But yeah, like I was saying, some of these guys don't get coached the same way because they're star players. I had a player, and I'm going to tell you, this kid, he's 6'4". No, he's not. He's about 6'2", 6'3". And he was just, you talk about naturally talented, he was just naturally better than everybody on the team. Speed, strength, everything. I do a lot of running. And again, Phoenix comes down, gets an alley-oop off of poor pick and roll defense. Yep. All right. But this guy, I do a lot of running. Right. I jump straight out and say, you guys, we're starting off practice. You guys got 15 suicides. That's how I do. And he'd get out there and just obliterate everybody, knock out his 15 suicides, and then start doing push-ups and everything on his own. I mean, it was just his talent level. But he could not stay on a team because even though he had talent, I would still make him focus on fundamentals. He had discipline on the court, but in practice, he would get so upset that we were focusing on fundamentals, right? Because he felt like, I know all this stuff. I don't need to practice this stuff. All right, nice assist by Kadeem Allen to Kavanaugh. The Knicks are up 27-23, and I may be a little bit behind. No, I'm good. The Knicks are up 27-23. But he would get upset. He would get so upset because he had to focus on fundamentals, and once he graduated out, he never went any further. I still play in a men's league, and he plays in the men's league. And when he's on the floor, he dominates everyone. I'm telling you, if this kid really applied himself, he could have went to the league. He could have went. Yep. He could have went to the NBA. He could have went to the NBA. I mean, it's nuts. You know what I'm saying? But I think there is a lot of kids that just don't get coached that way.
Yeah, there's I look at this stuff, right? And even in my crappy intramural leagues, before I got it's certain things. Even if the guy's not athletic enough, you'll see him make the effort. Now, if the guy makes a shot on him, he makes a shot on him, he's just a better guy. But some of the stuff I'm seeing, it's not rocket science, man. But one positive I will say, on the offensive end, I think Fizdale, I don't know what he's told to this coach, but even for a summer league team, I've seen movements outside of the point guard. I've seen movements from outside this the missed layup by Kadeem.
I agree.
I've seen movements by at least 2 other players on the court. Like you see the pick and roll, and then you see some guy either trying to cut down to the basket, some guys come around the curl. You see Frank's actually at the summer league watching. So I don't know if this is Fizdale's doing, but hopefully we see this type of movement in the regular season, because I'm kind of impressed. I know it might be hard to see it just because it's summer league and no one's really paying attention to it, but this is kind of some of the stuff I was looking at. When I looked at some of these Knicks games, man, the movement was just so piss poor. And I think Vivek pointed out, I think we had the least amount of off-ball movement or something like that in the NBA. The least amount of the third least amount in NBA. So hopefully this is a new beginning for this team.
I think so. Well, it's going to be a lot easier for Fizdale, in my opinion, to coach these guys. This guy Kavanaugh is working. He's working hard.
Yeah, I like him.
He's working hard.
Came from.
Right now Kavanaugh has 7 points and 2 rebounds. He's leading. No, I'm sorry. Iggy's leading the team in scoring with 8 points. But Kavanaugh has 7 points. He's second leading scorer on the team right now.
Hey, Sam, I got a question. Would you, if you're, it's kind of a stupid question, but if you got, I like how this. I know it's only a few games, but I was watching some film of him too. This Iggy kid, and if he could give you anywhere close above 36% from the three, do you play him early? Say he gets hot early on. Do you play him early on, or you go to a guy like say like a Porter? I mean, I think it's gonna be a competition thing, but I like what I saw at least from video outside of this. I like what I saw from Brad Zekas.
Yeah,
maybe he could be a legit 3-and-D guy.
I mean,
from the 3 position.
This goes back to what I was saying about Fizdale this year. And the Knicks are going to have to learn how to cover these screen and rolls. They got to work on this screen and roll defense. I know right now, like we're saying, it's summer league, and I know we got some guys that may not even be in the league playing right now, but we got to work on this screen and roll defense. Everybody from Mitch to the point guards got to get better on the screen and roll. You know what I mean? Because that's if you can't guard the screen and roll, you're going to be trouble. You're going to be in trouble in the NBA. You know what I mean? But like I was saying, the Knicks up at the end of 14 seconds left in the first quarter. The Knicks up 30-28. But like I was saying, I think with Fizdale, it's going to be easier for him to coach this year, right? Because you don't have so many egos on the team. Maybe there's a couple of egos, but you don't have so many egos on the team. Like we had in the past, and you don't have all this baggage coming into the team. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's basically fresh. You're basically starting new and starting fresh. And I know this sounds familiar to last year, right? It sounds very familiar to last year.
Nah, it's actually different, Sim. If you think about it, because they didn't have this much competition. Like you bought, whenever you spend money on veterans, I mean, you have a vested interest in those guys, right? So, I mean, a guy like Frank wasn't Fizdale's pick. So Fizdale's really, his babies are essentially Knox, Mitch, and Trier. For the most part, they look decent enough to at least give you a few more years, not like a total bust. But when you start buying veterans, I mean, you're starting to build out your team. So I think it's better, man. That competition is going to make those guys rise up to the top or fade out.
Definitely. And what I mean by saying it sounds like last year when we're saying, you're kind of starting fresh and that kind of thing. I mean, this year you're really starting fresh. Like you're starting with, you're basically starting with a total clean slate.
Sorry about that.
You know what I'm saying? A totally clean slate this year. And, you got hard workers and guys that are have low egos. You got young players. Maybe you got some egos in RJ Barrett, but coming into a team like this, he's not going to be like, oh, I'm the man. I got this and that and this and that. He doesn't seem like that type of a kid. So it's going to be a lot easier for Fizdale to coach this year, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have, there's no pressure. There's no pressure. There's no expectations. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and all this stuff that's happening free agency is helping us out a lot. And there's just so much news out there. We could literally sit back and develop, man. I just hope that, with the news that came out yesterday, man, we stay away from Westbrook, man. Stay the hell away from Westbrook.
I can tell you this. I can tell you this.
No, this is what anything, please.
This is what I'm going to tell you. This is what I'm going to tell you. That I know. I know that the Knicks had internal discussions about the possibility of trading for Westbrook. They determined that they are not willing to, from what I understand, they are not willing to renege on any contracts. They obviously don't have enough guaranteed money right now to make a trade for him. So they just kind of like, okay, we're rocking with what we got, and they may revisit it in December.
No, just stay. Sim.
So
I mean, if you want to look at the stats, he's inefficient.
Listen. I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't think it's time for. I don't think it's time for that. I think right now the only thing that I want is to develop these kids. That's it. develop these guys. You know what I'm saying? Develop these guys, build it. People going to hate that I say this, right? But take a tip from the Brooklyn Nets. Take a tip from them. Take a tip from the Los Angeles Clippers. Why were they able to pull in Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant? People can say politics. People can say whatever they want, right? But the bottom line is both of those teams, the Nets and the Clippers, they kind of mirrored themselves. The Nets and the Clippers were kind of mirror images of each other on the East and the West Coast. And what did they do? They did what it looks like we're doing this year, right? They had a bunch of role players that were hardworking, that just went out there and grinded out their games, right? And they were able to get into the playoffs by doing that, get 45, 46, 41 wins, right? They were able to grind it out. Hardworking defensive type guys that can grind it out. And so they built an infrastructure. And after building that infrastructure, now you have something that you can build on it. And I'm going to say this, our infrastructure from what we have now, if it's done right, I feel like will look even better than both of those teams. Because we have defensive guys, we have hardworking guys, but we also got guys that have talent, that has the ability to maybe take it to the next level. Julius Randle, Kevin Knox, RJ Barrett, that can maybe even take it to the next level, surrounded by those defensive type of dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
So now, you take a year or two and really let these guys grow together. Then you're looking in 2021, maybe if you have yourself set up for free agency, which the Knicks have done. Now you're looking and saying, okay, we have a RJ Barrett, we have a Julius Randle. Now let's bring in a player. Now let's try to add a star or two to this team, to this nucleus, to this group,
and
take it from there.
They're going to be attracted to strong foundations. Like
exactly.
We talked about this before. No one cares about the Mecca stuff anymore. That's these young kids. They don't care. They want to go to a team where there's security, there's a direction, there's a foundation, there's good players, a good GM, good front office. They don't care to come and be the so-called marquee guy of New York and blah blah blah. Because I like that. I like the fact these guys are keeping it basketball reasons, man. So I agree. We stay away from him. I guess D. Grant just said that this guy Perry said, not right now. That's not what we need. So I love him, man. Because you think about Westbrook too. Other free agents gonna look at Westbrook, and if you have players who are smarter than your front office decisions, that's a bad thing. Because no one wants to play with Westbrook. So as talented as he is, as naturally talented as like you said, your man is. The dude that you said you coached, as naturally talented as Westbrook is, I don't think he'll ever get it, and that's the scary thing. He's just never going to get it as a player. So.
And
Mark is saying blah blah blah. He thinks we need a point guard, but he has no argument as to why we should get Westbrook outside of the flash plays and the triple double. He's gonna say blah blah blah, but he has no point.
Yeah, I mean,
I can see him point to how inefficient Westbrook is, how much of a point guard he's not, and I'm getting a blah blah blah. But go ahead, Mark.
But see, the thing that I feel, and I'm gonna come back to you, Guillermo. But I need you guys. I see 4 people in the chat that just have guests on their name. I need you guys to put your names on there so I know who I'm talking to. All right, but right now the New York Knicks, they're up 36-33, 7 minutes and 34 seconds left in the second quarter. Right, and I promise you we're going to get back to the game, but and talking about the game for those who are listening that may not be watching the game or just kind of following along, I promise you I'm going to get back to the game. All right, I promise you. But everybody's into this competition with Brooklyn. Most people that I hear that want Westbrook is because they want a star to match Brooklyn. They want Russell Westbrook with the Knicks, KD with the Nets, and now you got 2 guys that split up.